Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And I'm Father Steve Sellers. And this is Dot, the birthday girl who is 1 year old today. This is our brief daily message of hope. And this is her little bone to chew on. 1 year old. It's amazing. Almost 90 pounds. Never would have guessed. You know, there are so many things that hit us when we're not prepared for it and catch us unaware that something dangerous had been approaching. And the news is that way. You know, we come across stories and reports of people that we know and even the ones we don't know that just make us tear up because there's so much hardship and pain in the world today. And you don't have to watch the news networks very long to see that. And then there are reports like here in Texas of 9 members of a young women's golf team from a university here in Texas, University of the South, were apparently killed in a horrible head-on collision very early this morning as they were on their way to participate in a golf tournament in Midland, Texas. And so 9 people, just their lives snuffed out in a head-on collision. We never know, and we don't understand why these things happen, other than the fact that the world has been, from the very beginning, under God's control, and yet there is evil in the world, and evil sometimes enters into the hearts of humans who do horrible things, like world leaders on the stage right now, who are killing innocent people and sending missiles into maternity hospitals and rockets into refugees. And in large parts of the world, terrorists are going into houses with the permission of the government and killing people simply because they have a different religious belief system. And people are dying. And then that's not even to mention the starvation and the disease and the pestilence that sweeps through the world. And it makes us ache inside. And I was thinking this morning of, first of all, in the gospel lesson today, Jesus is instructing his apostles about the way of suffering, that he would be going into Jerusalem to suffer and hand over his life for them and for the world. And they were still arguing, the apostles were, about which of them would be the greatest of the apostles. And Jesus says this, he says, it's not to be that way with you. Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. The Lord Jesus handed over his life, the Son of God, the only innocent one ever, died for us, for our salvation. And so death in this world is not the end. There is a spiritual realm beyond that God has also created. We say that in the Creed. God's the creator of all things visible and invisible. The spiritual realm is his too. We're on a trajectory to lead us into that. We all are. And when we follow the way of compassion and servanthood, we do suffer. And when we don't follow that way, we do suffer also. But there is victory in the end for us when we hold fast to our faith. And I was thinking this morning of a mid-19th century hymn that goes through my mind occasionally called "There's a Wideness in God's Mercy," because of the second verse. And the song goes like this. The third verse says this, and we can take our hope and consolation in this. Words by William Faber. There is no place where earth's sorrows are more felt than up in heaven. There is no place where earth's failings have such kindly judgment given. There is plentiful redemption in the blood that has been shed. There is joy for all the members in the sorrows of the head. So truly the Lord is with us in the midst of all we're going through, the pain, the suffering, the joys, the happiness. He's with us in the midst of it and leading us through it step by step, one day at a time, so that we can spend eternity with Him in His kingdom. And sometimes we get little reminders of that. I've got a 1-year-old puppy right here who's trying to stick her nose in front of the camera again. Anyway, hold on to your faith. We're victors over all of this in the Lord who loves us, and He is with us. Hope you have a blessed day today, and God willing, Dot and I will see you here again tomorrow. God bless you.